Alright, let's dive into something that's been on my radar lately, the Bigme B6 color e-reader. Now, before we get into the nitty-gritty, let me just say this. I'm not exactly a bookworm. I mean, I'll read a couple of books during the holidays, but that's about it. My wife, though. She's a different story. 2 books a week, sometimes more. And most of her reading happens in bed. So, when the Bigme B6 landed on my desk, I knew I had to get her take on it. Here's the thing, this isn't just another e-reader. It's got a color e-ink display, runs Android 14, and claims to be perfect for night reading. But does it live up to the hype? Let's break it down. First off, the display. It's a 6-inch color e-ink screen with 300 ppi for black and white content, which honestly looks pretty close to paper. But here's what's interesting, it's not full color. It reproduces colors at 150 dpi, which is fine for most things, but don't expect it to replace your smartphone for viewing photos. Personally, I think this is a smart trade-off. E-ink is already easier on the eyes, and adding color without compromising readability. That's a win in my book. Plus, it emits zero blue light, which is a huge deal for night readers like my wife. What many people don't realize is that blue light can seriously mess with your sleep cycle, so this feature alone could be a game changer. Now, let's talk about the Android factor. Running Android means you're not limited to just reading apps. You can install pretty much any Android-compatible app, which opens up a whole world of possibilities. But here's the catch, it's not exactly like using a smartphone. My wife was a bit thrown off at first. For example, adjusting the brightness isn't as intuitive as you'd think. There are 36 levels, which is great for customization, but finding the right setting took her a while. And let's not forget the WeChat issue. Apparently, the app version on the device isn't secure, and Google has blocked it. We don't use WeChat, but the constant warning messages were annoying. In my opinion, this is something Bigme needs to address ASAP. It's a small thing, but it's the kind of detail that can make or break the user experience. One thing that immediately stands out is the device's portability. It weighs about the same as a smartphone, 176 grams without the case, and it's super thin at under 7 millimeters. This makes it incredibly easy to hold for long reading sessions. And with 64 gigabytes of storage, expandable up to 1 terabyte, you can carry around thousands of books. But here's a thought, with all the storage, why not just load it up with audiobooks? The B6 has stereo speakers, so it's totally doable. What this really suggests is that the B6 isn't just for traditional readers, it's for anyone who consumes content on the go. Now, let's talk about some of the quirks. The AI summarization feature. Honestly, I'm not sold. Sure, it's cool that you can get a quick summary of a book, but isn't the point of reading to immerse yourself in the story? Personally, I think this feature misses the mark. And then there's the standby mode. You can display an image or the time and calendar, but here's the kicker. The time doesn't update unless you activate the device. It's a small detail, but it feels like an oversight. If you take a step back and think about it, these little things add up. They are not deal breakers, but they do make you wonder about the overall polish of the device. So, is the Bigme B6 worth it? Here's my take. Despite the quirks, my wife is still using it. And that's saying something. She's not one to tolerate gadgets that don't work seamlessly, but the B6 has managed to stick around. At $270, it's not the cheapest e-reader out there, but it offers a unique blend of features that you won't find elsewhere. From my perspective, it's a solid choice for anyone who reads in bed or wants a device that's easy on the eyes. But here's the bigger question. As we move toward more multifunctional devices, Is the B6 a glimpse into the future of reading? Or is it just a niche product for a specific audience? What do you think? Let me know in the comments below.